What's going on? It's Jared Glean back on the scene here with another video. Today, I'm going to be showing y'all the brand new Beauty and the Beast tube saturator plugin made by Waves Audio. So let's hop right in and get to it. Over here on the left side of the plugin, you have the beauty control. So this knob allows you to add in that subtle tube saturation. So with this knob, you're going to be adding in even order harmonics. So this is going to result in your sound having a little bit more harmonic distortion, and it's going to sound a little bit more warm and more full. And then over here on the right side of the plugin, you have the Beast knob. This is going to allow you to dial in odd order harmonics. So it's going to result in a little bit more of an aggressive sounding type of saturation. And then over here, specific to the Beast knob, you have two different types of tubes that you can select from. So you have type A and type B. Keep in mind, this is only going to change the sound of the saturation coming from the Beast knob. So you have a little bit more cleaner and subtle type of saturation being added from the Beauty knob, and then the Beast knob is going to deliver that more heavy and aggressive sounding type of saturation. Over here on the right side of the plugin, you have the tone control section, and this is basically going to allow you to control the tone of your signal coming into the plugin with the pre knob right here. And then you have the post knob, which is going to control the tone of the signal leaving the plugin. And these two controls are basically going to add a high shelf curve to your signal at about 10,000 hertz and above. Down here in the bottom right of the plugin, you have the dry wet mix knob. So if you were wanting to add in your saturation in parallel with your original signal and kind of blend in the saturation, this is how you're going to control that. Over here in the bottom left of the plugin, we have the transformer. So if you have this turned on, the transformer is going to add in some harmonic distortion and saturation of its own to the signal, right? Regardless of whether you have the Beauty and the Beast knobs turned up and engaged. If you're looking for a cleaner and less colored sound, definitely experiment with turning the transformer switch on and off. Next, we have the bass relief knob right here. This is going to act as a low shelf curve and kind of control the amount of bass that is excluded from your tube engine here in this plugin, right? So by reducing some of those lower frequencies that are coming into the tube, it's going to allow for your bass to sound a little bit more cleaner and more pronounced. Next, up here in the top left of the plugin, we have the sensitivity control. So this is just going to control the input gain of your signal coming into the plugin, and that can also have an influence on the actual sound of the saturation that you get from the tubes. Above the sensitivity knob, we have an LED light right here, and this is just going to indicate where your signal is coming into the plugin. So if it's green, that's a very safe and conservative input level. If it's yellow, that's kind of like the ideal level that you want coming into the plugin. If it's red, that's a very hot signal coming into the plugin, which is not necessarily bad, but it might not be the sound that you're looking for. So you can use the sensitivity knob to either dial back or add input gain depending on where your signal is coming into the plugin. And do keep in mind that these adjustments are compensated at the end of the chain, so your output gain is going to remain the same. Down here, you also have an output gain control, so if you wanted to turn down or turn up your signal leaving the plugin, that is how you're going to control your level. Something else to point out is that at the top right of the plugin, you have the ability up here to change the display size of this plugin. So if you wanted to make the plugin bigger, you can do that up here. I'm going to go ahead and reset that to 100%. And then also up here in the right side of the plugin, you have the ability to upsample your saturation. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that at the default setting of ×4. Let's go ahead and take a listen to what this plugin sounds like loaded on the master channel. I'm going to press play and kind of experiment with all these knobs and see if we can't dial in something that sounds pleasing to the ear.
When push comes to shove, I think I've dealt with enough of this. Gotta roll with the punches, though it's hard to stay focused. And I don't mean to bother y'all, but I wonder if all of y'all are the same. Round and around, we just going with the flow, falling in line like the cars on the road, with no direction, with no expression. All the colors went dull, and I tried to fix them, but every time I let my guard down, it seems everything just starts to go south. And I notice them noticing me from afar. I just wanna break free from all of these chains that imprison me. controlling me.
Okay, so I really like what this plugin is doing to my mix. So it just felt like the whole mix was very upfront and powerful in your face. And then when I took that mix knob and basically disengaged the plugin, it just felt like the whole entire song took a step back. And that's not what I want. What I want is the saturation to kind of fill in the open space within my mix with the harmonics that it's creating. You could also definitely hear a difference when I turned the transformer switch off. It also just felt like it lost a little bit of punch. So to me, I like the way that it sounded with the transformer turned on. Let's go ahead and take a listen to how this plugin sounds like on the drum bus. So I could definitely hear the plugin kind of bringing the overall energy of the drums up to a point to where you can really feel the punch that is being created by the plugin, especially when the bass knob is cranked up a bit, because the bass knob has a lot of aggressive tones to it. And that's kind of something that I'm always looking for with my drums, especially when I'm working in a digital space, right? I want to get some of that analog warmth on my drums because the drums are kind of the life of the track. And again, I can't stress this enough, but you really want to do your best at trying to volume match the signal coming into the plugin to the signal that's leaving the plugin, right? So utilize your output gain knob so that way you're not just tricking your ears into thinking that something sounds better because it got louder, right? You really want to hear what the plugin is doing to your signal. So the last test that I want to do with this plugin is I want to see what it sounds like loaded on a guitar bus. So I have all of my guitars routed through this plugin, and I'm going to see if I can't dial in something that's going to make the guitars, come to life a bit more and kind of jump out of the speakers. All right, so that's sounding pretty good right there. I could really hear the brightness being brought out in the guitar. At first, I was really only using the beauty knob, but as the other guitars got brought into the mix, I kind of cranked that beast knob just a bit to get a little bit more aggression and body from the guitar. But I really don't think there's any way to go wrong with this plugin. There's so many different controls that you have the ability to really dial in that certain saturation that you're looking for. All right, so that's it for today. If you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next video.